Hi everybody, join us as we build a new glacier display for our snow village. Well, we just moved into a new house and my wife discovered that we've got room to build a bigger display for our Department 56 snow village. And our old solution was a little bit of a tabletop put together with some scrap plywood and some 2x2s to kind of bridge the thing together. But we've got room to make something bigger. Now in our old house, this tabletop fit to the right-hand corner of our kitchen. In this house, it'll wind up fitting into the left corner. It's going to be based on a full 4x8 sheet of plywood, and we're going to cut some jagged edges into it as if it were part of an ice shelf. Overall, it'll be 32 inches in width and the full 8-foot length. And so while I don't show a lot of video, I'm just cutting out essentially this 1/2-inch piece of plywood, and you can design it any way you'd like. I've added the 2x2s on the bottom to stiffen it up, and I also built these legs at our last house just out of 1/2-inch plywood, although you could use folding table legs or even card tables to put your platform on. And then with that cotton batting that we purchased, it's just stapled around the bottom side of the platform. And our old styrofoam is a little bit short. We're going to repurpose as much as we can. But when you go to your home center, you're going to find this styrofoam in different thicknesses. And unfortunately, all I could get was this 3/4 inch thick stuff, which meant I had to put a lot of layers together. But I found a trick that these bamboo skewers really work well in holding the layers together when you're doing your cutting and shaping. And so I've got to build up my back shelf a little bit to provide more room, and it's relatively easy to cut just with a regular handsaw. And the bamboo skewers do a great job holding it together. I'm also going to use a hot knife, which is used for cutting and shaping foam, just like this. And after it heats up, it's relatively easy to cut kind of a jagged edge profile into this styrofoam. It actually looks very much like the edge of a glacier. I will caution you though, the fumes that get generated off of this tool, especially cutting styrofoam, are pretty nasty, so be sure to do this in your garage or an open ventilated area. And now for the front of this piece of styrofoam, I'm just adding little fissures and cracks, anything to make it look more realistic, as if it were a block of ice or an edge of an iceberg. And of course, you don't have to be too precise here as you do this design. Just play with it until it starts to look good. You even have the opportunity to cut in some deeper fissures, but I'm doing this on the bottom side because I want to keep most of the width for houses on the top. Now I've also stumbled across a trick that really works well to glue these layers together. Of course, you can stick with the bamboo skewers and call it done. But this polyurethane-based window and crack sealer actually works really well as a glue for styrofoam. But because that foam tends to expand a little bit, you're going to want to press the layers together and then eventually put some weight on it to hold it down. It doesn't take that long to dry, and then you wind up with a pretty rock-solid piece of foam. And now just testing things. The top level's got enough room for a house and some accessories. The two bottom levels are wider now, and we'll have room for a road and some of the cars that my wife has collected. Now, I hated to throw away my little mountain, which was built, again, out of just styrofoam that I shaped and cut with the hot knife. But I didn't want to throw it away, so I'm going to have to cut it a little bit so that it fits over on the left side of this display. And a bread knife actually works really well to cut it into pieces. And at this point, this is where I start to invade my wife's turf. She always will take a suggestion from me, but not necessarily happily. So in most cases, she asks me politely to get out of the way so she can do the design and setup herself. And now with the addition of some of this plastic snow, it covers up the electrical cords and it adds a nice finishing touch to the display. It really looks awesome. Those glacier shelves look very natural and fit the snow village very well. And it looks fantastic at night. Hey everybody, I want to wish you a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Thanks for joining us. We look forward to seeing you for more videos next year.